are the bulwark of the North. Behold the unyielding motherland. Through the teachings of the Great Orthodoxy, this world's end is kept at bay. Join us! Pledge yourself to the Ice Court! Defend the legacy of Kislev!
Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 and part 12 of our Tzarina Katarin Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here to defend the motherland against the festering tides that Epidemius is bringing on forth. But thankfully we got lucky enough where even though he was throwing plagues left and right, Kevin is a champion and he and his men were able to stave off any of the pox coming from good old Epidemius over here. It actually is probably easily my favorite of the Nurgle Lords. He is such a grumpy lad. And he is surrounded by his little Nurglings, and he actually doesn't pull this sword out until he gets closer, towards about, I believe it's charge bonus distance from the enemy, but he's got a double stack of Nurglings. This one holds his little hourglass, and this one tries to distract him constantly. And Epidemius is constantly in threat of death here. But we've got a pretty scary force across the field from us. We've got a lot of missiles ourselves, but if they do manage to close the gap, it's going to be pretty nasty. We've got our Kislevite warriors to hold the line with grit and steel. And then we'll have our, of course, our mages and our patriarch hold the line as soon as it does come to that. Our lad up front here is going to be in charge of firing Paul's arrows on the approaching rotfly swarms. I'm going to go ahead and move up the Gust of True Flight on some of these guys here so we get more range. Paul's arrow looks like it... Okay, it's finally firing. Beautiful hits. I don't think any of the drones fell, but that did a lot of damage, and then unlike the rest of the Nurgle army, the drones don't actually have any ways to regenerate. Alright, everyone can start falling back. We'll keep Kevin up front here.
Follow me!
He is the champion.
March!
We all deserve. Keep falling back there. Keep skirmishing with these war sleds. Keep unleashing death upon them, especially these hand grenade ones. Wait till they start closing the gap, and then turn back around and give them broadside.
Advance!
There's a thing to keep them in here close. You can get some really good damage. Alright, looks like they are chasing our war sleds, so let's get our other sleds coming over to... Ooh, pretty good damage. The light in these war sleds is a little bit dangerous. Almost got this first group of flies down, though. Dodge what you can there, lads. Alright, Kevin, you need to run. Can't get hit by the reload. Rotate those sleds. They're going to try to get you into a melee, which is not a good idea for them either. Alright, keep running. Go ahead and slow down this group of flies coming on in here. Got another use of Tal's arrow. Let's go ahead and blast with these raw flies. Fall back a bit further. Those guns cracking sleds. Beautiful. And I'll just pull through the line where we can here. Paul's arrow completely missed. Here comes the actual All-Star arrows as well from the woods. Alright, sleds, if you do get caught in melee, just go ahead and keep rolling. Keep rolling. We'll go ahead and bring the Patriarch over. Here come the rust. Bosch Breath, Mace of Hellstorm. Let's go ahead and just give extra range or extra accuracy to whoever we can up front here. Sleds come back behind that line. Keep fleeing. Let the Patriarch hold the line here with his heals. Some grenades flying towards good old Kevin. Hold the line, boys. Wolfarts, go ahead and stop them. And they're just flying straight into the back line with their group. Go ahead and send our heroes and such to follow then. Beat down on these flies. Third at every Kossar we have fire on the Winged Menace. Wolfarts, you start blasting into these Plague Bearers. All war sleds, we need you behind the lines. Thank you kindly. Go ahead and have you pulled back there. We'll drop the Hawks of Mishka in as these groups kind of close the gap there.
Sons of Kislev!
Patriarch, if you can avoid Epidemius just for the moment, that'd be awesome. He is going to be a little bit of a menace. Dervishes come through. Streltsy with the shotguns got caught by the front line a little bit, which is not a lot of fun. And out some more ammunition to these sleds as soon as they get a little bit closer. Alright, Streltsy. Here's your target. Summon in a battle cat. Drop the ice. You come in here after Epidemius. Dervishes, just go ahead and stop them for a moment. We'll go ahead and make sure everyone's coming in here together after Epidemius. All our archers in the back line, let's go ahead and focus down these trolls. Warriors, where are you guys going? We're leaving, boss. What's to do over here? Nice shotguns, you're getting through them pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and swap targets to the beast here. Go for the Kvash breath through these guys to hopefully give them a little bit of space. Tied them up for a moment. You're getting bopped pretty good here. Stop them from getting in after our maiden there. Two of the sleds work together here, others come around, and let's hit these who are being caught by our dervishes, which is not a lot of fun for them, but someone's got to do it. Patriarch. Bring these lads back. Ah, they've been caught. Let's go ahead and keep sailing in here towards these Exalteds. Sled's already in combat, trying to push through into these Plague Bearers. We'll see just how effective this is here. Evan, you gotta pull away from those trolls. Light sled charge isn't too bad there. Runs a lot of them over. Go ahead and just keep the sleds moving then. Ice Witch gets smacked something fierce. So go ahead and drop these Hawks of Mishka. Falls arrow in here.
The motherland calls.
Weaken that leadership on everyone that's already getting hit with the Hawks of Mishka. Arrows will go ahead and focus down Epidemius next. Thank goodness for those Hawks. Alright, sleds, go ahead and pull away from whatever combat you're in the middle of. Warriors have been wounded a fair bit. Alright, every Cossaur we've got, let's go ahead and switch targets to these Exalted Plague Bearers for me. Bring the war sleds out so they can start firing on the backs of these Nurglites. Evan, if you could get some shots into Epidemius, hand out some ammo to these sleds.
Heart of Kislev!
Don't get hit. Actually, go ahead and run them down so we're not getting hit. We'll have to get shot at by friendlies for a moment. Patriarch flee. Oh, has he been felled? Rest in peace.
Maiden of Ice.
He falls a champion. Alright, let's go ahead and keep moving through, catch these trolls. Not bad damage. We'll make them pay for it, though. Stop this beast in place. Pull the you surviving Oyar's retinue out of there. Good grief, he's getting some damage.
Champion of Kislev!
Alright, Gossar's don't fail me now. About to lose an Ice Witch, too. Should not have sent her into the middle here. Drop those Hawks. Please pull away with your bear. There we go. That was foolish. Hawks of Beach could drop down, dropping everyone's leadership in the area. They got desperate there near the end. Go ahead, give yourself heals, drop the Pulse Arrow on Epidemius, who is an absolute champion. Gotta give him credit. His boys, though, have given up. Make sure you actually are able to flee, because they close the gap. That's pretty amusing. One around behind. Eastern Nurgle is pretty well done. Let's go ahead and pull these sleds in for a charge there, just to break it completely. Alright, well, no matter how many we lost here, they will be honored. Well, ending the motherland, and he is surrounded in Gossars. Epidemius must have himself some fantastic attack animations.
Defender of Kislev.
Start blasting here. These two Nurgles gone, and let everyone else stay away from Epidemius as he disintegrates away here. Have a pretty cool... Oh yeah, just slumps down in this chair. Did crush a Khoslar though as he went. Man, he annihilated his way through here. I'll be very interested to see just how many kills he manages to secure. There's nothing else to run down, is there? Oh, these guys here, huh? This last troll.
Defenders of Kislev!
Alright, boys. Get this final troll here. It's the old bear wiggle. It's a secret technique. Known only to the brown bears of Kislev. Now you're skating alongside. Now here's the idea. Run into it. Anything for Kislev except for taking down this troll here. And the secondary group does the patented wiggle technique, and oh, I guess there were a couple of them up front here. So the AI bugged out a bit. Fair enough. Alright, Pyrrhic victory. We did manage to defeat Epidemius, but we lost our Patriarch, unit of Kislev warriors, and the dervishes that were defending there. So, a costly win, but one we will absolutely take. This is a army of Epidemius repulsed. We lost, what was it, 664? Yeah, he took down 152 by himself. Call him a support hero. He is absolutely a duelist supreme, at least for full odds of warriors. Go ahead and give the Wayfarer banner over here to our Ice Witch, and we shall take the extra gold for more recruitment here.
What are your miserable lives worth?
What are your miserable lives worth? Was he just wounded, please? No, he was killed. Such a cruel jest by the gods. Rest in peace, Pavel. You will be remembered. Granted, though, for taking down Epidemius, we get 10% research rate and immunity to contact effects. Wow, that's insane. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Thank you. I appreciate that. Alright, Arcady. You've got a new job. Defending the lads. We do have Arbol that could be coming up the hill here. He's thankfully only a normal Lord of Nurgle, so while very tanky, he won't be very quick. He won't have a ton of good spells either. Alright, Boyar, looks like the Bay of Blades has been lost. And so, yeah, no, it looks like Gestalten, while very arrogant, pushing into Norska, has lost all of his men and his land, too, because this army here sat in Hell Pit and did nothing. How useful Lucian is. Alright, Maxim. I think instead of bringing this to Kevin, we're going to go ahead and bring these over to Alexander.
Follow my lead.
Especially with what's coming on over here towards us.
Deny.
And the Jarl is likely to either attack Alexandrinov or, well, definitely not Erengrad, but Alexandrinov or Norden instead of going after the tower here, since it's a major settlement.
My decision is
So we need to haul cheek ourselves.
Pain is irrelevant.
Pain is irrelevant. Let's get actually as close to Maxim as we can.
The kiss of midwinter is
That way, when we do hand off the troops, we don't lose as much movement.
Drużyna.
Kevin's got the 2 Grom going in. We've got 4 little baby sleds. We can also grab in the Oath Brothers of Tor, like I said. After a successful victory and to honor the fallen Patriarch, we'll go ahead and give him the Oath Brothers.
Loyalty, bravery, and cold steel.
And cold steel. And these guys have also the Call of Tor ability, which will be a magical lightning blast that will be blinding everything that gets hit, which is so useful against the forces of Nurgle. They already don't do that much damage towards your foes. It's more about just outlasting your lads. And so if you weaken their attack and defense, they get throat chopped. We'll go ahead and grab Skilled Craftsman here for even more armor and ammunition for those sleds, and Grom. Up to 12 armor and 20% extra ammunition.
Respect my position.
Hawks of Mishka were alright, but we would have seen a little bit more damage though, and faster blending of Nurgle's forces with the use of Blizzard. Go ahead and grab magic reserves. She has plenty of extra magic.
Tzarina Katarin
Ah, Katie. We can specialize our Patriarch now. We can make him a healer, so there's more replenish rate, as well as more health and cooldown reduction for Solyak's Lullaby. Indefatigable Leader gives us more corruption reduction, cooldown reduction to dodges Song of Winter Sunlight, and Perfect Vigor, which is a pretty nice one. Thunderous Order is damaging buildings, leadership, and cooldown for the Battle Hymn. Bearkin gives him Frenzy and cooldown for Ursun's Roar, which is the first one. Also not a bad one. And then Harsh Survivor is just for being a proper hero. Rest is for the weak. No, we'll go for Healer. Arcady, the Master Healer.
Defy chaos.
Alright, Katarin. Let's snag the last point into Quartermaster for you and your super elite.
It is mine.
Queen the army. And what can we do with you? Rockadrock is under threat. I'd like to take more land from Ashtaroth as well, though. Our ball decides to come after Rockadrock. Can it defend us? So the answer is absolutely not. So we need to kind of stick nearby. We'll go down to Shoktrokin for maximum replenishment onto Moti or Snow Kitty. Keep her in March stance. And is there any more things we can pass out? Looks like she doesn't have her... Oh, she does have the Crystal Cloak. Okay, we're good to go then. We just need to find better talismans and enchanted items for her. We shall find those in due time. Also, go ahead and get rid of this War Banner for a Banner of Swiftness. That way Katarin and her battle sled can zoom around with maximum speed. The Ranger Standard is great. Banner of Swiftness is even better. Enforcer for less corruption. Probably not a bad call here. Instead of the Veteran Warrior, we'll grab that Ritual Enforcer. We've got lots of extra ES speed. Nomad Riding Master, more recruit rank. This is like Kalsar, a Bailiff. Looks good to me. Actually, the faction-wide ones are great for the heroes. Alright, she is all equipped up. Got 10,000 gold to spend. Absolutely use it upgrading Prague up to the next tier. And then after that, we'll go for Erengrad. In the meantime, we also want to try to upgrade some of our smaller villages too. Yeah, Wolfenburg has the gold smelter. That works for me. And we can't quite get the walls. Empire looks secure at the moment. Of course, there is Drycha down here. And we would be one of her first targets. But let's go ahead and just kind of maximize income for now. So we'll go for... You take the market square all the way up to the trade quorum, which would make us 228. Or we get the farmstead for a little bit more growth, too. Let's go for the farmstead. Person... Devotion lasting for one more turn. We might switch back over to Solyak here afterwards. That way we're getting the supporters generated when we're gaining character ranks, more growth for all of our, and then more replenishment too. It's my favorite invocation to have active. We'll keep Ursun though for the end of the turn here. Alright, for our Ice Court. Mirka needs some more decisions. Summon the Ice. While Tzarina Katarin is the undisputed mistress of Ice lore, the Ice Witches are second only to their queen in wielding the elemental magic. So which of the mighty powers should this witch focus on? A Glacial Blast, which is a kind of weaker version of Katarin's sword ability, but still very good. Or Ice Shard for throwing some damage. Requires a line of sight. That is a heap of damage. Let's try Ice Shard. An ability I can never make useful, make work for me, so we'll see if we can change history a bit here. Alright, sweet. Let's go on up towards Katarin, and we shall end the turn. Alright, babushka. Madame Valentina, a singularly fearsome ice witch, retired years ago. She has spent the time since cutting at falling standards of the ice maidens who barely know Frostblade from Crystal Cloak. She can stand no more. When she raps fiercely upon the ice court's doors, and none dare refuse her. Also, she is an expert trainer. Tired of these weak ice witches running around. Fair enough. Rating decision here for Murda. Mother's Army. Ice Witches sought to make an important strategic decision. Should the mustering army of proud Kislevites focus on their infantry, or is the beloved horse of the motherland which needs attention? We will go for... Cavalry focus.
Born to rule.
Yes, indeed. Rockadrock, we get you in the walls. Perfect. walls and a gem mine. Our ball's coming through the same mountain pass. Fury, you have led your kin through the mountain pass. Alright, we'll go ahead and have Maxim here drop his forces off with Alexander. All these guys here. Go ahead and swap on over. Then Maxim, you start moving back towards get more units. Sing, dance, and drink. Yeah, Jarl Hellstad's definitely going to go after Alexandrinov here, so let's go ahead and sprint towards Zoyshink.
Prepare your master's chambers.
Even if they attack Alexandrinov, they can sack it, but they won't be able to get back out to sea, I don't believe, so we can still chase them down, no problem. Let's come out of Zoyshink. No, he says. About to find out. And we might even grab the Invocation of Tor. 5% more melee attack is really pitiful. The Wrath of the Bear isn't bad. 50% more base damage. We can just drop this on our sleds as they charge in, or even the Griffin Legion, and they just annihilate anything in that way. Dodge gives us more supporters when constructing buildings. Let's go ahead and invoke. We'll keep invoking Ursun here, just so that way anyone that is coming into our territory is experiencing all of that attrition. Because we have so many enemies, well, we'll keep the attrition going. And Katarin, I'm going to trust Evan to hold off our ball, and you are going to come after Frozen Landing here. Let's come out from the port. I think we should be able to land and take them down here this turn, unless we get cheesed a little bit. That's right. Poor unfortunate fools. Go ahead and grab the Banner of Swiftness, give it over to your Katarin. Glorious, and we'll go ahead and give that one to the auto-resolve.
Victory!
You lose only 24 and half the health on Emoshi. We'll go ahead and just occupy the Frozen Landing.
By right. The Tzarina.
We only get it at tier 1, so the next time we probably do want to loot and occupy or sack it first. Idea being we want to push the Chaos Dwarves back to Karak Vlag and capture Karak Vlag. That way we have an opportunity to kind of keep an eye on this area and stop anyone from kind of making their way through this area here. Not going to be an easy secure. The Katarin can do it. Unyielding Kinship. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and grab the Missile and Spell Resist as we are going to be fighting against Chaos Dwarves, and then it's all they've got is missiles and spells. Big Angry Bull lads too, but we'll see how useful they are.
Ready.
Alright, Katie, jump on in here.
Stay healthy, Kislevites.
Stay healthy, Kislevites.
Defender of Kislev.
I'll hand you some Fencer's Blades, Gambler's Armor, as those are the only two weapons and armor we have really for you. You've got no battle skills whatsoever. Perfect. You're going to be a fantastic Patriarch.
Champion of the Motherland.
One day. We could snag some units from the Orthodoxy. I would not mind more Streltsy. And they'll show up in a single turn, so we'll go ahead and grab them here. More warriors would be nice too, though. Replace those we lost.
I need only the best.
Having a sturdy front line is incredibly important. The Stalton. You're about to get taken down by Wolfric. Heretic. Alright, Sterling will go ahead and sign that non-aggression back with you now. We're at war with Drakenhof. I can't wait to start fighting the undead. They are doomed. Jizero, are you fighting anyone important? No. I prefer to go ahead and trade with the Empire first, though.
On behalf of the Empire.
You're trading with Drycha, which will keep her from coming after us, hopefully. She's more willing to break deals than other Wood Elves are. Like if you're making trade pacts or any kind of other deals with elves, they normally will not break them unless you've done something they absolutely despise. Well, the Elgi are fickle. They do tend to be at least fairly friendly when they decide to be.
Commander of the soldiery.
Alright, I mean, we don't quite have enough gold for any of the buildings I'd like, so let's go ahead and just save. Alexandrinov, I definitely would love to get the walls in. I don't know if we'll be able to get there in time, just as after we upgraded it too.
We know this code.
Let's save some gold for a turn. Although as I say that, let's go ahead and get ourselves another Frost Maiden. She'll come in 2 less turns, so welcome Ursula. Welcome back to Katarin here and turn. Alright, Kevin is a musterer, charisma, and charm are enough to rally anyone to the cause. And now we've got an unusual occasion to lair the Troll King. What do we have
Noble
here?
of the Oblast.
Is the healer's camp. Used to be one of the strongest unusual locations in the entire game. Now it's a little bit less less so, but still 2% faction-wide casualty replenishment, 10% extra replenishment in this region, and then less chances for plagues to spread, and they will last a little bit longer too. Or less long, that is. They'll be much shorter plagues, which would be great for countering the likes of Nurgle, because they're already spreading plenty of plagues over here, which is going to be really buffing up their armies.
Kislev endures.
Zamnil's just sitting there waiting for us to arrive. What's the corruption amount here?
Will make it so.
Going down by 16. I don't think that's quite enough to not take attrition.
One land.
Come on out here. How much attrition are we taking? Only 3.
Embrace this welcome cold, Kislevites.
And the sleds are not taking damage at all. Now, you know what? We're going to be aggressive. And what we'll do is we'll
None
push
shall question
forward in ambush.
Unleash Kislev's wrath.
I don't know. If we can reach the Temple of Heimkel, I'm happy to do this. But if not, this will not be a good play. We shall soon see. Alright, the path once taken. You shall be a Ice Witch. Welcome, Ursula. Alright, 3,000 gold's what we have to work with. Eridgrad, you have the need of 5,000, so we'll just wait.
Highborn son.
Jarl Helstad has decided to camp out inside the settlement here. Let's move forward.
Extend my authority.
Go for a bit of a sneaky maneuver. Make him think no one's here. And then we'll start building something in Alexandrinov too.
Refused.
They can't quite reach, but they can go into March. Which is what, if they don't think Alexander's here, they might go for
My
it.
natural domain.
Our ball went back to the Winterpire, and Kevin is now
Guardian
ready to
of the
advance.
land. This land is ours.
We need to use you
This
as
mission
a mobile
requires
defense force.
guile.
We'll go into ambush stance as well here, up to 90, and see what our enemies try now that they think we're not there defending. Alright. Deals to be made. Wissenland and Nolan is fighting against the Deceivers and Sylvania. I would join you against the Deceivers, but then they would likely descend upon Wolfenburg like a horrifying crow storm.
So,
We'll just have to wait. We will grab that mission, though, with Gestalten. To hunt down Jarl Halstead. Perfect. Easy. Auckland wants us to get Thelman Ingerson. He's sitting here, is he? Looks like he might be feeling brave enough to come after one of our smaller settlements, but I think we could probably hold him off. Alright, Moxon.
stand ready.
You know the drill.
Hear my command.
We're hauling sheep
Move
down here
out.
towards Kislev.
Light the heart fires.
And another turn.
Snow is
As soon as he does arrive.
I am Tzarina of all Kislev.
Hello there,
And you are
ex-Yuri.
less than nothing.
Ex-Yuri has declared war on us. Let's hope you're actually strong enough. For some reason, I really doubt it. He arrives. I'm going to go ahead and not call our allies to help. We'll hold the line solo here. We need no assistance. Tzarina Katarin's ambush was foiled. And Zamdos is going to sit here. Alright, Merka's training is done. And the Committee for State Security in Blesk, the Patriarchs descend upon every home, rooting through drawers and overturning bookshelves in search of any hint of heresy. Countless Kislevites are dragged from their beds and executed. Who can say how many were innocent? Nevertheless, purity, or at least terrified obedience, is restored. Oh, perfect. Murderous Patriarchs. You bring no value. I was hoping to grab a peace treaty with him. They're close enough to Novchalzi that they could pretty easily do some damage. Epidemius has indeed gone after Krakadrak.
chosen Tzarina.
Yeah. That's very clever. I don't know if we're going to be able to defend it. Especially with everyone moving into... Oh yeah, they can reach next turn. Epidemius can overwhelm pretty easily. That's unfortunate.
Ice Queen. March with pride and
I do love that the AI seems to work. So there's one AI you're playing against, and that's why it seems like some of your allied factions don't play very well. Is because even though they are your allies, they are still being piloted by one of the AI, or the same AI as that is piloting all of the enemies. So that's why your allies just don't seem to do anything useful. And the enemy will all work together. They'll sit right outside of line of sight. They'll roll as one huge blob. But your guys just kind of derp out immediately. Man, this is unfortunate. Oh, he ended up getting caught with the plague? Oh, how unfortunate. That means Epidemius is going to have regeneration for his whole army fighting them. Less flies here, though, so I'm not as worried. And we have the cannons now.
I lead.
Well, he is likely going to take Crocodrock. Hopefully we can come on in here and catch them afterwards. All these settlements here are under pretty severe threat. Fair enough. Alright, Maxim, that means I think when the next squad you get, you're actually going to go to this position and kind of hold the line against the Chaos Dwarves. We need it quite badly, so come up this northern bridge of Kislev. The Chaos Dwarves also like to come through the mountains to come fight you, whenever possible. Building up here. Are you guys at war? No, which is concerning. We'll ignore all of the upgrades to the buildings here. Get Maxim some more units. Little Grom, while expensive, are extremely impactful. We're going to need the artillery to duel against the Chaos Dwarf artillery, so let's go ahead and grab 3 of them. Oh, here comes Throg. So he did fall for the ambush. Let's see if we can't catch him as he comes up on shore, too. May not work out for us, but we'll try it. We don't have the full squad, which is my only real concern here. We've got some reinforcements from Alexandrinov we can use as a shield, as dark as that might be. Alright, there's a little better swords or bows. Absolutely better bows. Alright, here comes Wolric, and yep, Crocodrock being attacked. I love it, they're working as one huge group. Alright, so he's moving in on Crocodrock by himself. It's going to be a close defeat. They didn't have so many units, I think we could probably hold the line here. I'm still going to try it, though, simply because we need to do as much damage to these Nurgly forces as we can, try to focus all of our pistols on their flyers and their elites. Because unlike the undead, they cannot replenish like magic after a battle. So let's do it. Alright. Yes, they've split up to both of these corners here, which is how the AI plays. I know I've said it several times, but I'd love to see a little bit of a change where they fight like more of a conventional army and less like they're just trying to capture all the points. So it's less like they're playing an arcade game and more like they're actually trying to besiege a settlement. I know it's not an easy thing for them to program, but that's kind of what I'm more looking for. As it stands now, it's much more of an arcade game where the AI just kind of ignores your defensive positions and just goes to capture all the little capture points. Which is not how settlements are claimed. Let's go ahead and grab the shield pistols. Put them up top to fire on these plague drones. I'm pretty much going to have most of our Khazars over here. 2 pistol lads. What's coming at us from this other side here? Unit of Toads, and Pox Riders. So if anything, we'll just have the 2 units of Pistoliers on this side, and then maybe 1 of the other Khazars. And that can activate all of these towers, and what we'll do is just have them blast bits the Toads as they close the gap. Like that works best for me. And yeah, we'll try to have them focus fire only the Toads. We've got 1,000 defensive points to use here. And unfortunately, this is one of those settlements that has terrible positions for their towers. Here's a pretty good one, but besides, not great. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a tower in here, and then... Yeah, we don't have a lot of choice. I guess we'll put one in right here, but they can completely bypass that tower position. Interesting. Let's go ahead and throw a tower right over here. We'll try to double up on this side. Alright, so lastly we've got our spear Kossars. So we want one of you kind of on this side. We want them to be able to fire up on top of the walls to help out the lads who are getting swarmed by the flies. Everybody's gonna sit back here. We'll use you if anything charges in those flies. I don't know if we'll be able to fire from here. They're gonna be blocked, I think, by the wall. We'll just throw them in behind here. Alright. Final stand of Krokadrak. Let it begin. Oh, actually, those Nurgle Furies are gonna be a huge issue. Furies actually screen pretty well for everything else, but we have to get rid of them because they do a lot of damage. Get in there, Kossars. Defend the motherland.
Armored Kossars! We fight for Ulsun!
Alright, let's go ahead and take them off fire. I'd rather them not fire on the Nurglings because they actually they can't go through the walls. They have to go up and over. Or they have to go underneath the gates. Oh boy, yeah, as soon as those plague drones hit the walls, it is good night, sweet prince for everyone on the top. Well done, Armored Kossars. You fought as hard as you could. Move over and start firing on these exalted plague bearers. Alright, well that's gonna be that, probably. They hit the walls. These drones did very admirably at clearing them off. It's probably because of that big mass, they're able to kind of push guys around. We're learning for our own Nurgle campaigns here. Ladders have docked. Alright, then try to delete these toads while we're at it. Move and hit them with those maces. Gotta kill as many of those plague toads as we can. Ravens, your warriors flee. You don't say. Those drones did very admirably. Alright, dervishes, get ready. Yeah, lots of the arrows are just completely missing. The dervishes nearby, the drones are going to drop down for flanking strikes. There's no reason not to. Gates are destroyed, that was quick. Wow, Nurglings get through there fast. And whenever I'm trying to get through gates, it takes a year and a half. Alright, dervishes, go ahead and pull away again. We'll try to drop leadership for everything back here. Again, we're just trying to get rid of those, as many of the flies as we can. Defend yourself from these flies. You fire here. Try to kill those where you can. Tier 2 tower in there. Don't think we would go for any higher than that because as we saw with the Astrogoth siege, they pretty much ignored our towers completely. Hippy hoppy, they're stealing our property. Let's charge into these drones one more time here. Nurgle made a mincemeat of us. Getting some pretty good damage to these raw flies though, so at least they will lose a few of their units. We're hard trouble here. Going to tower in this position. I cannot believe they got through those gates so quickly though. Takes my units a year and a half. both into pistol shot mode. That way they can sit there in guard mode and fire their pistols away. Dervishes, go ahead and let's pull away one more time. We'll try to get another charge. This is an incredibly disorganized mess here. Since the Exalted Plague Bearers are here, we're likely doomed. Yeah, I see the AI doing some cheese. They'll move up and down on either the barricades or whatever they can just to throw off your ability to strike them in melee. It's pretty goofy. Alright, further lower leadership here. Let's see if we can get a nice charge to break at least these raw flies. Come on, boys. Take him down. Back over here on this side. We'll go ahead and throw in another tower. They're capturing zones quickly. Well, these Exalted Plague Bears are getting shot up. Go ahead and give them the bonk with those maces. And they're doing the thing where they're basically switching the units back and forth. This is part of the reason I rage quitted Pharaoh. It's not as big a deal over here on Total War because I can defeat them in normal cases. Their cheese does not manage to overpower our cleverness. Man, do they try. I think is actually pretty detrimental to, well, we'll try not to rant too much, but it's fairly detrimental towards new players who may just want to play the game, because look at this, they're just kind of swapping them back and forth. You give the attack order on one, they switch the whichever one's fighting. Which for your own battles, if you want to be really cheesy and fight like you're in the World Cup, go ahead. I don't tend to like to battle like my very life depends on it. See if we can't take out these Nurglings. Go in a 500 point tower there. Good news is we have dealt with this group of Exalted Plague Bearers. Bad news is these boys are getting annihilated. These are cheesy Nurgle strats. Alright, so what we'll do with these dervishes is they're going to be very tired already. Those Pox Red will probably just move in and crush them. Alright, tower, can you focus fire these raw flies, or are they just far enough away? This is actually how much range they have. It's just a little circle here. That's pretty weird. Alright, they're braced, so I'm going to go ahead and then charge them. No longer braced. Oh, it didn't matter. Alright, well, those dervishes are doomed. Let's come back over here on this side. Armored Cossars, come on down off the wall. We'll have the normal Cossars here to start firing into the big blob. Somehow, with only like three Plague Bears on the wall, they've captured the towers from our entire squad of Armored Cossars. Yeah, Horse Raiders, you did not do a great job, but we expected. Throw the tower up here. Thankfully, we still have a whole squad over here on this side that's able to... Oh, did we finally lose to army losses? That stinks. You fought hard, lads. They brought the Pox and the cheese today, though. We'll go ahead and just eat that up, and a valiant defeat. All of Crockett-Rock. Alright, valiant defeat. We did lose by quite a huge margin. We took out some raw flies, some plague drones with death heads, furies, Exalted Plague Bears, and some plague toads. So we at least took some units out of their army here. Right, Throg failed to spot our ambush. You poor fool. We've already defeated Throg several times. We'll just go ahead and give that to the auto-resolve. And we shall take the... probably just the excess gold.
What care I for?
Right, Kevin the Ambuscator. Even though you failed to ambush with 90% chance, that makes 0 sense. They had decided that we weren't going to ambush, and they're going to set up a little minefield with different factions for us. That's kind of what I mean. There's no way that this would work if we were the ones assaulting. They wouldn't leave someone here to block the next army in. They would just run away and let us get crushed. Good news is, though, Alexander has the Troll Hunter trait, so 15 more bonus to be large and more weapon strength. Yeah, there's no way your ambush was foiled in this exact moment that they needed, but... Wait, that's the northern provinces gone? So I guess when they rolled the potential for the factions, the good guy faction this time rolled it terribly. Poor Cathay. Alright, we need to get a substantial income for 1,000 treasury, a banner of Prague, and Saint Anushka's fingerbone. The second of many. And here comes all of the armies.
Tzarina Katarin of Kislev.
Thankfully, though, the Chaos Dwarves are electing to stay in position. But they're going to try to throw us off by going after Drokin or some of our other smaller... They're gun between the two. Huh. Good old AI Queen's Gambit maneuver.
Yourselves in shadow.
Alright, Katarin, we're going to come on over here to it. Can we reach the guys out on the sea?
It suits my purposes.
Archaon trying to lure us out to the sea to fight? That's what that looks like to me.
Drużyna.
Alright, Kevin. Malefex Trigox, we can move in and crunch.
Destroy them for Kislev!
He's gonna run away. Yeah, so this was their plan the whole time. How cheeky.
I will tolerate you no more!
And man, we had like no movement compared to Epidemius. He came from all the way over here into Krakadrak, no problem. He could do it while he was in his, Jeez, we gotta get our movement increased.
Like the huntsman of the Oblast.
Why do we only have 55% ambush?
Kislev
have 85% right there. That'd be great, wouldn't it? And luckily we did take some units off of Epidemius' squad. With the Tzarina here, we'll come on out to fight Decasaur.
Frost fangs bite.
Her army's scary enough, I'm willing to fight whatever Archaon has here. Alright, beautiful. What we will do then is I will do kind of a pseudo auto-resolve here while I will fight this battle against Decasaur here off camera. And then that is going to be all the time we've got for today, though. So thank you so much for stopping by today's Ice Court campaign. If you will enjoy the video, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub throne. And I'll see you all in the next one.